What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by the bonfire. And I will apologize in advance for not having a good upload schedule. I do apologize. I've been all over the place. It's crazy. You start making YouTube videos and then you're like, oh, yeah, I just did it 3 days ago. Well, I checked and it was 9 days ago. So I do apologize for that in advance. I'm new to doing this. Please give me a little bit of trial and error to get this YouTube thing right. And speaking about YouTube, I've been doing this, for a little over a month now, and it is absolutely crazy that you guys have subscribed. I reached over 100 subscribers recently, so I am very, very grateful. I am very happy for that. But speaking of this YouTube journey, it's a little difficult out here, getting your face out there, getting people to know you and just sharing your experiences. Sometimes I've honestly been sitting here trying to think, what am I actually going to talk about? What do people want to talk about? And whether that be, political content or, doomer content. The rise of doomer content is crazy. Some people in my comment section on one of my last videos was talking about the rise of doomer content, and I do agree that it has become a very prevalent subject, shared amongst everyone else. But I will say, do not take the black pill, my friends. You must take the red pill. I'm sorry, you cannot dine on the black pill while I'm around. I do apologize for that. But speaking of YouTube, I actually thought of being a faceless channel, when this all, started culminating in my head like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm going to make this channel. What am I going to do?" I thought about being a faceless channel at first. But something about that just didn't feel right to me. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, I've watched videos and, I follow people who, have these faceless accounts as well and, they do share their opinions and stuff like that. And a lot of them, I do agree with, but the problem is, you can't show your face and talk about these things, because, someone's like out there trying to ruin your life or something. They're like, "Oh yeah, he said this thing that might be controversial. Let me go get him fired." The rise of cancel culture, these days. It's like it doesn't matter what the topic could be legitimately, like someone will want to cancel you over anything. Like I'm over here just trying to be, good, genuine. Like I'm on the path of, righteousness. I'm not trying to be around evil people. I don't want to surround myself around evil people. Like I told y'all in my last video, I just want to be surrounded by good people, legitimately. And yeah, I mean that's just how I want to live my life, but everything's a controversy these days. It doesn't matter, everything is a controversy. I mean, we can't even get straight whether, the earth is, round or flat at this point. And you know, it's crazy to think, when I was a child, this has got to be funny to y'all. When I was a child, I legitimately thought that adults, were just like super intelligent individuals. As a child, I thought, man, I cannot believe like the intellect and like the things that they could share to me. The world must be run by like super intellectual people. And then I grew up and realized that we're just barely holding it together, like with scotch tape. It's really easy to be black pilled these days just because it's like you see people succeeding where all they're doing is, promoting gambling or scamming someone or just doing methods that are just like it's honestly just cringe, like to make money stealing other people's stuff like content or stuff like that. It's honestly just, it really is just cringe. And I'm here, trying to talk to my people over here, talk to y'all, just, talk about life in general. And it's like, you're not rewarded. You really aren't rewarded for, trying to make the world a better place, be positive, and, just do the right thing. Your morals are constantly tested on a daily basis. It's really easy to just do the wrong thing, to make money. And it's not even just make money, to fit in, that is the it is incredibly easy to fit in. Just do what everyone else is doing. You'll fit into every single situation if you do that. You'll fit in perfectly. But if you have morals, you have integrity, you have, principles that you live by, oh, good luck. Good luck fitting in. It's not going to work out unless you just completely don't stand by them and, you just conform. Then, I guess it is pretty easy. But for me, I personally, I had to not fit in. I personally had to, you know, be challenged against my integrity, and when push came to shove, I stood by it. There was people that, I had to stand up for who couldn't defend themselves or protect themselves. I've had to do that. And, there was no thanks or anything from their end. And if anything, there was actually hatred against me for doing the right thing. So it's like, not only are you doing the right thing, you're really not getting anything out of it, and then being condemned for it. You're being targeted for it, and you're being harassed for it, and stuff like that. So it's like, of course, nowadays, most people just turn the other way. The thing is, in order for evil to triumph, all they need is for good men to do nothing. And I think we've seen a lot of that. But at the same time, there are men who are outstanding individuals who inspire tens of hundreds of thousands, even millions of people, across the globe. And that's just one person. I mean, it, it could be you. Like, literally, you today could be that person that inspires, 10, 100, 1,000 people if you just stand by your morals, today. Stand by your integrity today. And don't be scared to put your message out there. Obviously, not all messages are good messages, but if you are on the side of good and you are trying to do the right thing, do the right thing. It's easy to be caught up in the everyday mess, that is society these days. I mean, for God's sake, look at me. I forgot that I hadn't uploaded in 9 days. Like, the days literally blurred together. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if that's just a getting older thing. It feels like Monday to Sunday happens in the span of 2 days to me. As I've gotten older, it's so crazy how time is flying by. It is literally flying by so fast that I can barely even keep up. But just going back to doing the right thing, it's an imperative thing for you to do the right thing, you know? And there's going to be times where you're really going to be pushed to those limits to say, are you going to break? Are you going to fold under the pressure? And in those moments, those are the most important. They make or break you, they define you as a person for the rest of your life. They can define you. If you fold in that moment, you may live to regret it for the rest of your life. And even more so nowadays, like, you really have to stand the test of time right here. Like, everything you say on the internet these days, it's forever. And, you better stand by whatever you say, or you're going to be made a fool. You're going to be made a fool for sure, especially in this cancel culture, time period we live in. It doesn't matter how long ago it was, brother. I mean, people are getting canceled for things decades ago, legitimately. So, you know, like I said, you better stand the test of time. You better have the will and the strength to endure, or you're gonna fold, and you're gonna fold hard. But yeah, I mean, I think that people need to stop with this whole doomer mentality. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to come on here and talk about things that are happening in society. I'm not trying to get everyone to be black pilled or anything like that. No, hell no. I'm not trying to do that. If anything, I want someone, if you're actually depressed right now, if you're actually just not feeling it, like, you're feeling like the days are a blur. Oh my god, the days are a blur. I got to go do this, do that. All right, cool, whatever. What I want you to do next is do the things that are going to make you a better man or woman tomorrow. It's easy. It's easy to say later. It really is easy to say later. I've been a victim of doing the same thing too. But, it's just like, I hate to go back to this, but, working out or something, those days off that you take, they really do hurt your growth. You need to keep doing something. You need to be disciplined in doing something. You need to have a goal in mind that you want to achieve, you know? Do something that's gonna benefit another person. It doesn't matter if you're not getting anything out of it today. Do it today because who knows? Maybe that person needs that help and you never even knew it, right? And I'm gonna end off with this. I actually reconnected with someone recently, and it's very funny. It's an older individual. I'm not gonna say their name or anything, but just know that it was a recent connection that I had, and then fell out of contact due to phone number issues or whatever. That's to make a very long story very short. But they said, essentially, if you're a negative person, you'll see negative in everything. He's told me this joke, which, I am a Christian, so please don't take offense. I'm just repeating what he said. He said, if you're a pessimistic person or just someone who complains about everything, even if you saw Jesus on the cross dying, begging out for God, the pessimist would be like, get off the cross. We want to use the cross for firewood or something. And it's like, oh my God, like, my God, I was blown away, by that saying. But that's true. I mean, if you're a negative person, you're gonna see every single thing in life negative. It doesn't matter if, the flowers are blooming, they're blue, yellow, red, orange, or whatever color. If you see everything through a gray lens, it's all gray. That's how it is. And I used to be one of those people. I really did. I know it's easy to just look at me and think that I had everything figured out or something. And because, like, oh, I have a haircut, I'm presentable. I promise you, I was not presentable. It took me a long time to be presentable. I wore clothes with holes in it. I didn't look good. And I didn't know how to take care of myself, guys. I really didn't know how to take care of myself. And if you're one of those people, please, I'm literally begging you right now, get up tomorrow and do something to fix your life. It could be one thing, seriously, one thing. They say at least make your bed in the morning. A famous Navy colonel or something like that said something along those lines. He said, make your bed because even if your whole day you accomplished nothing, you failed at every single thing that you did, at least when you come home you have a bed that was made, right? And that was your success. And sometimes, that's enough. Sometimes success doesn't have to be defined by like every single day is a victory, a championship was won. That's not how it works. Sometimes it takes 9, 10 months, to succeed your goals. It really does. But it's not going to happen unless you start. Please start. That's all I'm saying, guys. Please just start. You'll be a year down the line and you'll be like, man, he was right. He was right. I'm so glad I took that first step today. And that's honestly just all I want. I really want people to succeed in this world. I don't want you to be a doomer. I want you to get up off your ass and become the man or woman that you are meant to be. Everyone wants to, take shortcuts these days to success or what. I'm telling you, most people, it's not going to happen. The shortcut ain't going to happen for you. You got to put in the work today. That's it. It's hard. I know. I'm doing this video, at 10 o'clock at night right now. And, I failed in a sense because, I had all these other tasks I put off through the week. And then all of a sudden, I have to do them all today. And then, oh yeah, here comes another. I forgot to upload a video. And now, I'm doing it before I have to go to bed. Right. But at least I took the step, right? At least I took the effort, to do this. And hopefully this journey pays off. That's something that I would really greatly appreciate is if this really does turn into something that you guys want to see. I want to be the authentic person that you guys want to see. Everything these days is just something to steal your attention. I want you to get your attention back. I want your attention back and living your life happy with your friends, your family, your community. I want that back. So please, if you take anything from this video, just start tomorrow. Or if you're listening to this at the beginning of the day tomorrow, start today. But at least start. That's all I'm asking. And, in a world where everything is getting less authentic by the day, I'm just trying to put myself out here for you guys. I really, really do greatly appreciate the comments that you leave, the advice that you give. And I actually even had someone mention me, they tagged me in a video, which I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, someone tagged me in their own video? That's crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's so crazy, starting this journey. And, sometimes I have to, sit at the screen and it takes me so long to figure out what am I going to say to you guys. It's like balancing who I am and giving you what you want at the same time. It's a difficult thing to do, especially in the starting out phase that I have going on. I've had to actually restart this video like 9 times already because it was really difficult to get the words out and provide something of use and something of benefit that you guys can take away and hopefully you can apply it to your life. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really appreciate if you stuck around this long. Really, I do appreciate if you stuck around this long. YouTube shows me the click-through rate. Sometimes, my video people will only stand around for 45 seconds. um I feel like it's a little difficult to capture people's attention, but it's also on my part to be entertaining enough. And hopefully, I have provided some entertainment value to you today and in the past as well. So, yes, thank you for sticking around. Please leave a comment, please subscribe, and like the video. And if this hits you, please let me know in the comments. I will definitely read your comments. If I don't respond to the comment, just know I still have read the comments. It's just certain comments I can appropriately respond to. So yes, that will do it for the video. Thank you once again, and catch you by the bonfire. Peace.